Yo. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. What's going on? Welcome in everyone, all that good stuff. Hello, Jin. Hi. Wow. Hello. Oh my gosh, hi. I like seeing the like pre-hi with the stare. Hello. Hello, streamer. Start your stream. You said you were talking about it on Discord. Start your stream, streamer. Hi, Violet. Well, damn it. If you'd gone live like 20 minutes ago, I could have rated you. What? Well, I didn't know. I like actually didn't know. Hold on. Now I'll know. Silly me. What was I gonna say? Well, I appreciate it. Regardless, I appreciate the thought. But now it's more like now that you're all done with your stream, you get to relax, right? Hi. Hi. Streamer, hi. I also didn't know. I also didn't know. Or I could have dragged it out an extra 20 minutes. Well, thanks. Wow. Yeah, I'm eating because I hadn't had dinner. I think I eat dinner like a little late, don't I? I'll try to remember. Blah, 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 blah. I'll try to remember to eat like at a sensible time and not like let stuff, or, let my mind get carried away. What? You know, you already know. Yup, you know. Uma, yeah. Today is going to be, I think, something similar to the last stream where it's just like, I throw on the stream. I'm I don't know. It makes me think of like, could I just like do this on Discord? But I don't know. I mean, some people do that. They kind of just have like, I'm sitting there streams, or no. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say I used to hang out in the Discord. No, I'm fake. I've never done that before in my life. I maybe I like should uh brainstorm. I don't know. We were mentioning like, oh, we should have movie nights, or oh, we should do so and so. I should like try at least, right? Oh, I should have dinner. It's like, I don't know why I have dinner so late. I understand that like supper. Supper is for sure a word that means my dinner is at 6 or 7 or 8 p.m., right? And 8 is almost like pushing it. But I feel like dinner time for me is like 8 onwards nowadays. I feel like it should be earlier, but that's very like, I don't know, is that only American? No, it's not only American, but strange. Strange pointing at myself. I mean, Nero refuses to even add a voice channel to his Discord, so you might still be a step ahead. Oh, yeah, because he's such an introvert. I feel like it would be fun to hang out there, though, because it's more of like a... I respect the Nero Nation because it's like a really tight-knit community. Like, I think it was you that left, actually. You were like, oh, it's time for me to go to bed. at, at like 1 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. As you do. And then everyone was like, okay, good night, bye. And it was like, aw. It's kind of nice to see everyone, like... I think I mentioned this before, but it's like... It's always nice to see a camaraderie amongst men. You know? Like a... Well, it's a community, yeah. But it's like a courtesy? Hmm. It's nice. It's nice to be nice to others. And I feel like his community is like a safe space. No, it's a safe space to like try saying, oh, good night to people just to be kind, you know? Like, usually I wouldn't really. like say hi or say bye, but it's always not even in like bigger communities. Like I see it in Vinesauce community too, where people are just like, "Oh hey, hi chat member, it's you again." Breakfast is the first meal of the day, whether that's 7 a.m. or 2 p.m. Hmm. And sometimes maybe your breakfast is your dinner. You know, maybe your breakfast. You'll hate me. I took a picture. I should have taken a picture of my breakfast today. It was past 12 p.m. for sure. But it was like 5 pieces of tteokbokki, one sausage, about the same size, like 1 inch long tteokbokki. Um, and one stick of barbecue, like skewer, and that's it. And I have another image. Hold on, let me. I'm gonna stop my stupid. Not stupid. I'm gonna disrupt my tracking to send you an image on Discord. I'll just put it in food. But I have my like really stupid chud meal that I had one night. It's so bad now that I look at it. I put a ruler up to it because I wanted to show you how small it was. Mm-hmm. A digital living room of sorts. Come out of your room and hang out and chat. Yeah. Who up measuring day dinner? Yeah, who up measuring day rice and ground beef? That's what it is. Ugh, my window's open and I need to close it. It's getting hot in here already. Yeah, I like that idea of just the stream being just somewhere to be. I mean, really, truly, that is what a chat room is. At its core, it's just somewhere to be, somewhere to hang out, somewhere to express your life with others. I need to calibrate the camera again. It's Joves. Wow. I do in March stream. If she's streaming long enough for me to go to bed and or wake up during. I think it has a lot to do with the comfortability in the community. Yeah. I think I've had a couple of times where it's like, "Tan, I fell asleep and you're still up? What?" But those are either like special event streams or just like streams where I get carried away. Like Professor Layton, I think I got carried away. I think I had a stream like, you know, proper, and then I was like, I want to play Professor Layton, and then I had another stream. Technically, it's tteokbokki. Yeah, she eats like a small cartoon animal. Yeah, it's. I mean, isn't it only right? What would I do? Eat a big old like Monster Hunter meat chunk? No, I have my kibble, and that's that. You could convince me that food is be. Hmm. There is a cat on the bottom of that dish. It could just be cat food. Man. Yeah, like I don't hang out with people in person a lot, but I'm on Twitch like all the time, so I don't know where that puts my social life. I was thinking of this. Let me close the window first though. I'll be right back. One min. Okay. Ugh. Mwah. was thinking about it, like, what was I thinking about? Give me a minute. I forgot. Like, that is genuinely just, like, some people's social interactions, right? Like, myself included. Like, the thinker, There's not much else to that thought, really. Some people's social interactions are online or, like, via Twitch or in chat rooms or, like, otherwise. Like, if I were to think about, like, the youth nowadays and how, like, a lot of their community interaction is on Discord general chats in whatever fucking server. Sorry, I didn't need to swear there. Eh. um, what was I gonna say? Like, that's just some people's life. They go into the general chat and they're like, "Hey guys, I got like an egg today." And everyone will go like, yeah, hell, or they'll ignore it. Like, that's more likely if it's the big old general. But I feel like younger people are more like, you know, apt to talk with each other like that. Just like, "Hey guys." Like, "Hi." Like, dry. Like, "Hi. Hey. I got a F on my quiz today." Well, you know what I mean. Mm. And I feel like it's quite the it's quite the good thing, honestly, that that we get to socialize like this. Because in real life it's kind of hard, like, to make friends. eh, like, you know, people of like actual like-mindedness and humorness and stuff like that. Cause like you eventually like find each other, right? You find your niche, a la people, you know? But I feel like if you were a worker, you're kind of like stuck with your coworkers and whatever their personality is. But whereas like if you're like in like any certain community and there's like a certain like vibe, the more likely than not, well, I guess if it's smaller, this makes more sense. If it's like a like homogenous community, then you're more likely to get along with the people in it, right? I say smaller because like I thought of like Morch's chat and how like I think it was, I don't know, either one of you were like riffing on some of the people in there like, no, it was Nero shitting on that sounds so rude. It was Nero criticizing one of the submissions of no one of the people rather who submitted something for a make your own Mega Man level kind of event, game jam thing. And I was thinking about it. I agree, honestly. Like, if you're going to submit something, you should put your all into it. But I also am of the side of like, yeah, I mean, oh, my cat wants to leave. One sec. Hi, I'm okay. Big agree. I feel like you can make more organic friends online because you find people with similar interests instead of people that you mostly interact with because you happen to exist in the same relative location. Yeah. Like, my experience with it recently is like, I'm sure that the people around me are cool people and into cool things if I like put in the effort to ask. But I'm kind of not that guy. eh, on a good day, I could have been like, "Oh, you play so and so game." I don't watch it, but like, yeah, I get what you're talking about. But Do you see the scenario that I've like set up a little? Do I have to explain more? For context, then. Some people in my class were talking about like Marvel Rivals or like first person shooters and playing them. And like if I were a social butterfly, I would have just like went over there and enjoyed the conversation too, right? But eh, it seemed fun. Just listening, it seemed like a good conversation. But I guess Marvel Rivals, like case in point, if it was a good day, I would have been like, "Oh, I don't know much about like the game itself, but I know about in general." But it wasn't the scales weren't tipped far enough for me to do that. Does that make sense? If they were talking about like something I've played before, then I probably would have been like, "Oh shit, you're talking about da 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 da. I used to da da da." Like I'm not relevant enough to hop in. Shooting. Oh, hi, Robert. Shooting blind. Just because someone is self-employed doesn't mean there won't be any people they repeatedly run into. Perhaps. I mean, that's true. Like, you could go to the store. Even if you're self-employed and you're in like the gutters of the earth, you still gotta go to like the convenience store. Get yourself some food. And the coworker, the employee there will probably be like, "Oh, hey, it's you." One of those days. You have a long life. One of those days. Online exists wherever you can log in. If you move or can't time the travel, then it's somewhere you can keep community despite other circumstances. Time the travel? What'd that mean? Time travel? Uh-huh. He has to dumb it down for me. Wait, wait. On the other hand, the whole verification through friends and family social network is completely missing with online friends. Not necessarily. I would say that, like, I would say that, like, from what I understand, so the verification thing, I'm thinking about that previous conversation, right? With the, like, oh, that guy? Da 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 da. There's still that online for sure. And online you can kind of like get a vibe of someone, especially in this context if they're a streamer. You can look at their stream and like do that check, that verification before you interact with them. See if you vibe with them, right? Oh my god, you play Hat in Time, me too. Right. It's like a already like it's like you don't have to do any guesswork when it comes to like in real life you would be like, "Oh, hey, what's your name?" I I've n- I've never asked anyone their name. Ah, I'm sure the "Hey, what's your name?" opener goes crazy, but I think my recent interactions have all been like learn their name via osmosis and then go like, "Oh, hey man," or "Hey name, did you do this assignment?" Online is a lower cost if you don't vibe, whereas in class they might talk to you again about Marvel Rivals. I think that's okay. If you like Marvel Rivals, I think that's okay. I think the caution is don't start conversations you don't want to talk about. or but I have a feeling that people have some sort of sense of social stuff, like it would be kind of scary if someone like raw approached me and wanted to talk again. Well, about something I wasn't interested in. If it's something I'm interested in, that's like welcome, right? That makes sense. I kind of got like weird vibes one morning. Hi. Repeated customers, for example, or clients or whatever. Yeah. I feel like I should work faster so that I can have more interactions with clients, I guess. That's something to think about. or make better work so that people are more interested. If you can't make time to travel to meet up frequently. Oh, yeah, for sure. Did you see that post that was like, you should treat friendships with more effort? Like, nowadays, people don't treat friendships with effort. Like, people don't go out of their way to hang out, to say, like, yes, let's just do that. How do you word this? They akined it to dating. Like, someone's quote retweet was like, people should treat friendships like they treat early dating, where it's like, what was the example? You make effort to hang out, not even if you don't want to, but something like that, right? Like you say yes anyway, and you you make it anyway, and you um I mean anyway. Of course adult friendships are a little like different because everyone does not have time anymore, but that's like the main thing, huh? It's making time for people at the end of the tinnitus day. No, as you see with that guy, his girlfriend simply might have said, yes, I'm a friend with this handsome millionaire, but there's no cohesive social network that they could use to investigate him or figure him out. So online, the verification through social networks is massively blunted, as is 15 isolated people living across the US is not the same thing as your family knowing their family, or a family that knows them. Interestingly, what makes me think of that is like, all of the family friends that I've ever known, I don't interact with them. Because it's kind of like, for me, it's like, well, I don't know them. Strange, like if my mom knew them, why would I want to know? I guess that's a whole different case. Never mind. I can definitely confirm that I've fallen prey, emoji, to that. I don't go out of my way as much as I could. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a introvert. They treat friendship with less effort because online friends, the upside is higher, and they're easily ghosted if one doesn't vibe, perhaps. I think nowadays it's like an etiquette issue. There are higher upsides to online friends. I'm not like an extrovert, so I don't. Well, I don't see friendship. Not that extroverts do this. Never, not cross that line out. I think some people see friendships as like something to gain from, and therefore there is less like friend etiquette. I feel like a lot of people aren't good for the sake of goodness, or aren't good. But that might just be like a subset of people, you know? But it could be real. Hey bro, I was walking down your street and now I'm staring through your window. Are you free right now? Wanna hang out? Hey man, are you busy? I used to fantasize about that. Like, having a friend that could just come to your house and be like, hey, we're hanging out now. That feels nice. That feels like this hypothetical friendship must be so comfortable that they can just come to your house whenever and like sit on your couch. You know what I mean? But then again, now that I say that, I guess it would depend on the person, right? Like this hypothetical friend, you the assumption is I'm okay with them like hanging out even though we're not doing anything. But it's like the other fantasy of being a regular at some store. Unfortunately, I don't go out of my house enough to be a regular at stores. I tried it at the bakery. I tried it once and I was like, damn, I could really do this. No, I can't. I went to the ice cream place once, maybe twice, and both of them were for my like anniversary streams, I think. A year apart. That's not regular enough to be a regular. But I don't want like bread all the time. You know what I mean? Oh, let me catch up a little bit. I'm a little behind. I'm the reader. And the sipper of water, because I'm already pushing myself. Or maybe I'm just not warmed up, you know? Oh, like that. Oh my gosh, Lucky Hi, welcome. mm, I guess like... but that's not like joy maxing. If you were to scientifically look at it, every social interaction could be a transaction in some way or form, right? Like at the very base, you could say like, "Oh yeah, we're exchanging each other's time, or we're sacrificing something to, you know, spend time together or give each other happiness or the like." But I feel like it's kind of not joy-pilled to look at it that way. Like, I would hope that people don't just see the social interactions as something to gain from, right? I would like to believe that it's just being human. Just interacting with other humans for the sake of life. Life. Being a regular is a poor substitute of community that got eviscerated by destroying third places, perhaps. I wish that there were... I think there still are third places. Like for sure, if you went to the gym all the time on the same days, and other people also have the same gym schedule, for sure you could interact with them on the regular. Could you consider streams a third place? Europeans do be bread maxing. Getting their baguette from the bakery, it's true. Some people have a respectable daily schedule of like going to the store, getting the bread, and going on a walk. I should go on a walk more. I should have a routine. Usually it isn't consciously kept track of. Ah, that's good. Yeah, I would like to believe that. Hi, Green Blob. Welcome. Hi. Hiya. Hiya. We should invent buildings where people with shared interests like masonry could hang out. Maybe something cozy like a lodge. Oh yeah, we could have like some sort of like exclusive club where like we're like brothers or something. And like we have like exclusive benefits like like I don't know, if one of us needs like money for something, we got each other, you know? If one of us dies, we help the widow like organize a funeral, like a men's club or something. Or maybe like we could have some sort of insignia that we can like put on the back of our cars so that we could tell like, oh, that guy's a brother. Or what else do the Masons do? We interact with other humans to survive. As a person, family, kin, community, tribe, nation, continent, ethnic group, world, everything is culture. Yeah. It's quite vital for human beings to interact with others. You know, whether it be bouncing your ideas off one another or just uh having like any other soul. I don't know how to say that concisely. But you know what I mean. Not concisely, but meaningfully. I guess okay, I'm glad that the stream is kind of like a third place. Cause I remember lamenting over that too, that the fact that that's kind of like gone. And in the context that I'm thinking of, I was thinking of like Club Penguin, Pop Tropica, the kids nowadays don't have anywhere to be, yada yada. But I'm glad that there's still like places to be that are like, you know, I mean, ultimately what I'm thinking of is like tight knit and like yours, quote quote, like somewhere small that's like special to you. Cuz that's what's nostalgic about the third places of childhood, right? You remember hanging out with your friend on Skype and like sharing each other's rooms on whatever social game platform thing, no? We could like talk amongst ourselves about how useful monarchs are and strongly suggest that they leave. Really? I didn't know that that was what that was about. Hmm. Well, good thing all the monarchies are gone now, right? And the church. I feel like a lot of Masons are. No, I don't know. I don't actually know. Hmm. Right. I think I have more thoughts on humanity, but we can get started. What happened to my cellular device? Oh, I think it just crashed. Oh, maybe I should close this. Hold on, give me one moment. Bung, 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 bung. Dunga, dunga, doo, 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 doo. Wow. Well, you literally met your own face at conventions and shared discords and whatnot, trying to construct an actual distant social network with people that you know exist from scratch and has interwoven social relations. What was the base point again? Ah, sorry, I agree. This is true, I agree. But I forgot what I said. That was the base point. But you're right, isn't it interesting that, like, these communities are interwoven inextricably, or inevitably. Like, I was thinking, like, I used to know this VTuber by a different name. Now they've rebranded, and now I see them on, like, Rooftop Nuna stream, and I'm like, oh, wow, I used to know that guy. Well, not know, but not used to. I still know them. And now I see that they're, like, interacting with my, like, 26 friend. You know what I mean? It's weird. Actually, straight up, my singing group used to own a building at a point before I joined. And stories I hear about the social boon that it was for people to use freely outside of scheduled events. Oh, wow. Became too expensive to upkeep, unfortunately. Oh, that's really cool. Guilt? What? uh, you're guilted? Guilt? What's that? Hmm. No, that's really cool, though. I think it was related to the we interact with other humans to survive. Oh, well, yes, of course. I also need to survive. I think it's quite incredible how I've fallen into like the circles that I have. Like when I think about how I met a lot of the people that I met, it was really like Floop going, yeah, join this server, hop in the stream. And then that's like the server was full of like other people. And so inevitably, like I got to know some of them, right? Oh, hello, Floop. What I did. Do you remember when we met? Was it you that invited me to like play Guilty Gear or something like that on stream? And was Paladin also there? Like, I'm trying to remember what this collab was where I first met you. Shit, maybe. You fake ass. Otaga. Wait, can you link Otaga? I don't have it. You're goated. Awesome. Oh, I goated. The downside of online friends leaving far apart is that you have no local social power with it. When your house burns down, to ask them to put out the fire quickly, I guess. But alas, what had came to mind immediately after reading that was, hey man, I'm gonna send you like a couple $100. That sucks that your house burnt down. You can come fly over to my house. I feel like they're different friend gestures now that we're considering or in the online space. Otaga. Otagul. Otaga. 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 Otagu. It was more an example. But you know what I mean with local. Yeah. Like, if you need a man, like, if you need men, for example, you need like woodcut or something, you know? You could be like, hey man, do you have like a bandsaw? I can't add Otaka. Oh, there it is. It should be added now. Utagu? How come I didn't add it yet? I'm fake. Otaka. My house is burning. Can you buy a bucket off my Amazon wish list real quick? No. Please. Buy me this fire extinguisher. It comes in 2 days because I have Amazon Prime. Please. Yeah, though. Hey, Oomphy. Can you quickly wire the fire department $100 so they bother to help me? I would hope you don't pay your fire department. Right? Oh, did I finish my sentence? We're gonna continue. Drawing. My gosh. It's already hot. I don't breathe well. Holy shit, I had no idea. That sucks. Their house burned the fuck down then. This is my Kickstarter to fund my house. Game? Yeah. Oh, not game. Game overlay. But this is the thing we'll be coloring today. Do you think I should... Let me see. I feel not big enough for this screen. Hold on. I feel like a chud that makes the model too small and you can't see anything. Red. Hello, Moose. Red. The color of apple. Hi. Welcome. Unpaid dues to the fire district. They will let your house burn down and protect their name. Holy moly. Holy moly. I think I've heard vaguely of the California thing, though. Did you see BB's take on the whole recent event? Spill the tea, sister. What happened? What's the drama? I know BB's VTuber model. She's that like dog that's black and white and red color scheme, right? Relatively new. Crayon eating stream, let's go. Red is the goodest flavor. This is true. Aww. Okay. Maybe different BB. Oh, I am not aware then. I'm unaware of the recent happenings. Are there any other recent happenings that I should know about? So we have our color layer. Well, I like this layer, how it sits already. I like this part. Oops. I need to remember to put it in the middle of the screen. Or I don't worry about all that. When coloring, let's think. What layers do I have that are pertinent? Let's put a folder up so that I know where's what. The line art starts from that point onwards. Let's have a color layer. Let's take this gray. You could take any color. Something that's helpful to do is to take the lasso fill tool and just sort of, you know, block in the base for every color to sit on top of. There are some ways to do this. If you have... Hold on, let's get rid of the pink part. If you have clean line art, or you can manipulate your magic wand tool good, you can manage to, like, select the outside of your line art, right? Here's an example. Let's say that this is my drawing. If you have clean line art, you can select the outside of it, invert it, and then you can fill it. Wait, that kind of worked for the rest. Wait, holy shit, I'm goated. But that's the idea, right? But if you kind of, you know, have messier stuff going on, you can use the lasso fill tool to kind of like go in and fill in the color. You certainly don't have to think like way too hard. One big thing that I recommend is try not to zoom in. If you want to like not worry about the detail, and if you're more particular on like speeding up your process, if you don't zoom in, you don't worry about the details, right? If you do, you do. But at this point, we like just started and we shouldn't be worrying about the details. Granted, you can start worrying about them whenever you want, really. But it's good to have like a workflow, right? It's good to like work on things in order. I definitely like work on things out of order, but that's just because I like to fuel my excitement, you know? Sometimes I'll do the shading for one part because like, oh man, I'm really motivated to do the shading for this one part already, so let's do it now. And that could work, right? But I think ultimately it helps you more if you have a plan of what you're doing and you do it, right? I sent you the link on Twitch. Oh, on Twitch. On Twitch. On Twitch? Wait, like I have to open my Twitch to see it? With clean line art, there are coloring plugins that help you speed up coloring massively. Yeah, there are plenty of like preset brushes and such that you can use to like fill in your stuff quickly. I mean, even with the hello Black Skulls, welcome. Even with the default like fill tool, you can kind of do that. How would I kind of do that? Not refer to editing layer only, but like you could do stuff like that, right? With the basic like paint bucket tool. And considering that technology has advanced significantly, yes, there are like a lot of things you can do to color in your lines like quickly. It helps if they're clean, and don't even get me started on vector like layers and such. I don't think that has any significance to color. Not that I can remember, actually. Surely it does, but I don't remember right now. That's nice. I like that there's a little bit of like blank space there actually, because like I was looking to see what it would look like filled, and that's like more. It's more messy, I guess. Like positive, like all the hair's all over the place. But this is kind of like hot. It looks like the hair is tied back, you know, and I think I like that more. Oh, OBS doesn't show it? If I click on your name... Is it in the whisper? Oh god, I hit whisper and I don't know what it did. I don't know. I think it's probably easier to send over Discord. I'm sorry. Oh, but yeah, welcome in. How are you? We're doing a little thumbnail drawn today, but it's probably just gonna be like full-blown art, really. And I'm going over like my mental tips and such that I can think of while I do this. Line weight is something I always never know. How big is the pen for this, and how big is the area you're drawing? I think that is quite significant, but I also don't know much about line weight. Well, I know about line weight, but manipulating it with the canvas in specific... Okay, stop talking about some bullshit. This canvas is 2 times the YouTube thumbnail size, which is this. 2560 by 1440 pixels. But I have my DPI set at 350 because I just like it that way. DPI is for printing. If you make your image 72 DPI, totally correct, is what's good for, you know, online presentation, because you don't need a lot of dots per inch to present an online work. If you're printing something, 300 is okay. 350 is like slightly sharper. For me, personally, visually. Actually, it's like a palpable difference for me. I like 350 because, you know, but 350, a lot of people print their stuff at 300 and it's passable, presentable, good. But I haven't experimented really truly, but yes, I have. When I upload stuff in 72, it seems a little like less. But when it's in a higher DPI, it seems a little But the downside to this is that like it's stealable, right? I think if you have it in 72, that's good for posting. let me think. What was the other thing on my mind? My findings. Like, I posted the same image, in these different resolutions. And, like, when I big click the image, I could see that it's, like, a little, like, fuzzier, the 72 one, compared to, 350. But maybe it's just, like, my insanity. Maybe I'm insane and I'm just seeing what I want to see. But I feel like if you did this, you would see the same thing. But I'm not like rooted in hard science. I know I did the hard science, but I don't remember. But I don't think that you should post your stuff in high quality, like on if you're concerned about like AI or Twitter stealers or whatever. I think that if it's just for viewing and people like scroll past that shit anyway, if you're worried about art theft, I mean shit, put night glaze on that bitch too if you want it like scrungly, right? But I don't know. I really don't. I should care, but I don't know. I don't really don't care. And I want it to like look good. So I post my stuff in high quality. I probably shouldn't. I should like open a Patreon and put the high quality stuff there. And then Twitter gets the like, okay, I can see it on my phone quality. You know? 800. Nope, 8,000 by 6,000 image in 1 dpi. No. No. 1 dot per inch? Drawing wise, it's fleshing out really well. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're doing the coloring today and we'll see. I was really proud of the lines because I didn't finish your line art question, did I? The yapper. How big is the pen for this? I think people work in much larger pens, considering that you can have like that the Clip Studio brushes are like 0.7 to 2000. This is the 2000 brush. And like the majority of the brushes are past 100. But I'm using 10. I'm using a 10... Damn, no. Yeah, I'm using a 10-point brush size. But that's just because I'm used to that. I picked 10 like for no reason as a 16-year-old and I just think that's the default. But I think your default can be anything really. Especially if your canvas is big. Line weight is a whole different topic though. And... what's your question about line weight specifically though? In essence, the lady that wrote the document before writing it found out he was cheating. Is this a Saikuno thing? Confronted him and said he still wanted to be... Hold on. Let me read. Before writing it, found out he was cheating. Confronted him and said she still wanted to be with him? Oh, and now he's cut her off. And now she's like, And Bibi was like, damn, I wish I could date a yandere IRL. The yandere in question. Oh, that's scary. Oh my. Ugh. People, I think I saw a post adjacent to this. Like, men always say, oh, I would love a yandere girl. And they're the same people that go, oh yeah, I had a fucking psycho ex. What the fuck did you ask for, dummy? What do you think yandere means? You can downscale for posting. Yes. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you cannot print it better. Yeah. That's why it's good to err on the bigger side when you're working with canvases and stuff. Like, I think you saw it when I was like, no, I don't want to draw this in 1280 by 720 because, like, admittedly, that's very small. And I'm not going to draw it in 72 DPI because then I can't go up. I can go down, but I can't go up. Like in Clip Studio, if you go to edit, change image resolution, you have the option to like scale the DPI actually. I think you can scale it upwards, but I wonder what happens. Let's scale it like 3 times. Now my image is 7,000 by 4,000 pixels. And what happened to my bottom of the screen? Oh my god, I just realized I got rid of my fucking bar. Hold on, that's what happened last time. My bar is gone. Wait, how do I get it back? Um, my bar. Um, window. Window, workspace. No, no, no. Subtool? Quick access? No, that's not it. Get him out of there. Delete him. Oh my god. Quick access. It's not that. My bar disappeared, man. Canvas? No. What's all sides view? Oh, just kidding. Sorry, stop all the tangents in the head. Where's my bar? Sub view. That's not it. Oh my god. I lost my bar. It's like... Huh? It's like a bar at the bottom. What if I reset? I don't want to reset my workspace though, because what if I have something here that's like baller? Weh. I guess I gotta... What do you call the bottom? Any clip knowers? Dude, where's my bar? Starring Ashton Kutcher. Fuck, I watched that as a kid and I didn't get anything, and then I watched it a second time. I got like 2 more things. I probably find it funny now. Or maybe really unfunny. But I think it was funny. Wait, I didn't mean to make this canvas that big either, but like looking at it, I see like, oh, they just like scaled up the lines, right? If I went back down... Oh wait, it's the same. I guess before you're done, you can scale up your canvas in Clip Studio. That's convenient. It's because the audience is something that consumes quickly. And if the art is easy to consume, it is easily likable. You can see this in Twitter user IXY, Ixi. They are a Japanese artist and they do simple art, like just a character on the canvas, sometimes just like white background, and that's it. But it's appealing, it's simple, and it's like easy to consume. And so you scroll, you like, next. Well, that doesn't account for what you just said though, doodles, but that's a different thing, I guess. Me. 203 meters? Holy moly. Big. I did the animation with like a 3 pixel brush, and I'm pretty sure maybe don't do that. I mean, considering maybe you can scale up animation in Clip Studio as well. I don't know. See what happens if you make it bigger resolution wise. You can't recover information you never drew. I'm also thinking, like, yeah, how does Clip Studio do that? I wish I had a partner who conveniently times their psychotic yandere mood swings with mine, so we're always on the same page. Oh yeah, I'm sure a boy period and a girl period can sync up. That doesn't sound unreal. I'm gonna figure it out. Give me like a hot, like 7 minutes to figure out where my thing went. I pressed like what button did I like accidentally press? I know it did something and I'm like, damn, I saw the canvas move, but I don't know what happened. And now I realize the bottom of the bar is gone, man. What? No, CSP workspace guide. I need to know what the bottom bar is called. I don't want to reload the whole workspace. Hmm. It's not the command bar interface. What if I just look up what is the bottom bar in Clip Studio? Ping. Hmm. Bottom access bar. Where is it? That's what it's called. This is the scroll bar of the view menu. We're so back. I'm looking for the bottom bar. Whoa, 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 whoa. I know we just talked about socializing and spaces where you belong, but wait. That's not what I meant. Hello. Hi, Haku. Hello. How are you? Oh, I think you shared this before. Why people like your doodles. Yeah. Hee haha. Thank you. I found the link that you sent. Anyway, welcome in. We are coloring. I have my base layer where I can put my colors down. Because would you like to see my whole canvas? Maybe it would help like slightly. Consider I'm talking about like stuff off the canvas, huh? Let's scale it down. And it probably fits better if my model's so big and chunky and I'm blocking half of it. But you don't need to see like the left side, so bigger. I'm still in the way. I realize, oops. Okay. We're looking. Hello? Meller? Awake? Look. This. Oh, I see. I can't track my hand because my microphone's in the way. But anyway. With this base layer, we can just clip other layers on top of it and put our colors there. This is like a valid way of coloring in a work, right? You can just have endless layers that are like this, and you can have them be all like different and such. There's an eloquent way to say this, and I should say it that way. And also I'm blocking it. But separating your layers, we'll work through it. You know what? We'll work through it. My workflow at the moment, I think I can say, yeah, I do use the gray base layer and then put stuff on top of it method. I think I can solidly say that I, like, affirm this. It's useful. It's helpful. Some people like omega separate things like, oh, this is my skin layer, this is my hair layer. Well, wait, I'm saying it. I do that because it's useful to separate it. I'll say it's useful to separate it to the degree that you prefer, right? Because I don't like mentally having so many layers that, like, is tedious to manage. Let's get started and I can kind of feel it out. I like the skin separate from the hair because when you like shade in the hair parts, they have like certain shadings. Like, don't get too ahead of yourself, man. You can explain it like bit by bit. I see. You know what? Frick you! Zooms out your canvas. Oh! You can see my whole clip studio. Whoa! I totally missed the tail on this image. Sorry, I guess I was blocking it the whole time. How goes ta-tanne? It's okay. It's okay. It's good. We're having a fine time. I'm getting a little excited and like explaining ahead of myself. I'll go slowly, step by step. I have my gray base layer. I like to color in certain parts first. Like, let's have the skin colored in, you know? What I was going to say is... Oh, what I'm doing right now is using the lasso fill tool. You can use it both with transparency, like with your color, and without, to delete the color that you put down, which is really helpful. It's very fast. I like this method of coloring because it's fast. There's nothing wrong with coloring like this though. It's more of like a chill way to draw. Like, I imagine being like a white woman coloring in her coloring book and all my anxiety is gone. And like, once all of the color is in, I'm like, wow, I did it. That took time, but it was an enjoyable process. However, where I'm at currently in my life, I want to get projects done. I like speed, and so I will embrace that. But if I wanted to enjoy doing the art, you know, more and take my time, I would take my time. But this is just a aside that's not really helpful. But with ADHD, if I lose interest in like if I spend too long... I love tomboy feet. Hi. Did you happen to see my tag or something? Too bad this model doesn't have feet, huh? Sorry for you. Also very floof. Oh, thank you. Imagine you're a white woman. Is a crazy art strat advice. I didn't say that. I said that... You know what I said. A little speed isn't bad. Faster flat shading, you can still have fun with it. Yeah, I agree with that. Hi next time. Welcome. Oh, thank you for the follow also. Tomboy feet. How are you doing tonight? Doing well? I think I'll throw on some music when I'm in the mood for it. Right now I kinda like not listening to anything. And you know, I do be working like that. Sometimes I don't want to listen to anything for like 6 hours straight and just focus on it. Call it ADHD. Anyway, what was I saying? Right, speaking of ADHD. Like, if I've been mentally thinking about or like working on a project for way too long of a period, I'll lose interest in it, right? Like, I'll always be thinking to myself, oh, I need to finish that. Oh, I need to finish that. Oh, I should finish that. And like, you know, the initial like spark you have when you start a project and you're like, your motivation is high because you just started. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is like, I think I should prioritize finishing stuff faster because A, that would help with the whole like doing things fast thing, right? And B, it would help combat that sort of, oh, I lost motivation for this. It's such a drag to work on it type of thing. If I finish it in 2 days, shit, it's done in 2 days. That's just good overall, isn't it? Yeah, I'm in that. I just need to finish this project. I just need to finish this project. My dumbass said I would not start another endeavor, and guess what? I'm on the fucking endeavor, man. What's my skin tone? It's not like too yellow, but it's not too red. Maybe it'll make sense with other colors in. This is another important thing to consider. I'm going to make another layer for the hair because I want this shape to be separate from the other shape. And I'll get to it in 1 second. Hold on. When you get to rendering your shapes, right? Bling bling. I'll take my time. And honestly, I don't think that you should stress about like filling in every little gap too. Because at the end, you could just overpaint. And that's self-explanatory what that means. But at the end you can just zoom in, color drop whatever colors on there, and just fill in that little bit. And I think that would also add a little bit of like painterliness to it, you know? A lot of people do oopsie. A lot of people do overpaint their lines and stuff and have it a little bit more cohesive. Do you know what I mean? The useful thing about having a base layer is that you can just kind of circle it like this and not worry about following all those lines, right? We can zoom in as a treat. No, actually, no, that does not look good. Probably just do this, and then we can finagle with it later, right? That still doesn't look good, but it's okay. That hip thigh line goes kind of hard. Oh, like I said, this brush that I've been messing with has made me feel really good. A tangent. It really helps with confidence if you have a brush you find that you like. Like that's fun for you to use. Like this brush makes me feel like I'm using line weight well. And when I like look at it, it's like a very airy feeling, and I kind of do dig that. There are like plenty of brushes that give different feelings, right? And when you find one that you vibe with, oh, like for example, default textured pen. When I look at this tail, something that I enjoy about like other brushes is like you can have really thick line work and it looks real rough and it looks like shapely. Like, ooh, when the line art got a little triangle shape, oh my good heavens. Hold on. Like, line weight, I think, touched upon before, didn't we? And I didn't finish my thought. There's a lot you can do to, like, make stuff more poppin' and appealing. Like, if I really wanted this, like, curve to be exaggerated, I could, like, do all that, you know? It's part of your expressiveness, too. Line weight. A lot of anime art is really like thin lined, isn't it? Blink, blink. No, blink. I have this layer on alpha lock, and with that, I can just sort of change what I put down like immediately, you know? Without having to worry about redoing the color that's there, right? What the hell do I look like? I think my colors are off because I'm... but I kind of do. I saw a VTuber that kind of had this like more chocolatey skin tone aesthetic. Like their skin tone was kind of like this. And the hair color, we alpha lock that jaune. Color pick it, go down maybe like this more. Yeah, their hair was kind of like a deeper brown like that. Like this color scheme kind of goes crazy. I feel like I could change. It's very chocolate. I don't know why, but I'd be swapping between like 4 or 5 different brushes at random. Cause it feels good, right? Like obviously there's nothing wrong with that. And if it like scintillates the art, yeah, true. No, I don't want. This is like what I was trying to get out a while ago. I could separate the vanilla part from the chocolate part and have that rendering be on separate layers. But mentally, I think I know that I can just like I'm going to have shading, right? I can just change the shading layer to feel right. Let's try to explain what I mean by that. Wow, isn't that neat? It's a little too yellow though, isn't it? It's not bright enough. That's okay. Make it yellower, I think, and then we'll be good. Nope. Yeah, that one. When it comes to picking base color, you do want to err on the side of like a little darker so that your highlights pop out. So maybe we do make it a little darker. Like when you add the lighting, I mean. Something that I've been trying to practice more is using value better, you know? And I always like to put lighter colors as the base color because it looks good, right? What's this? What's that? You can use control click or control drag to like manipulate your layers like that. I find it I find it extremely helpful. Not just a bit. I use it all the time. I know there's like a base layer, right? Underneath this yellow is gray. So I can just get rid of the gray if it's like a part I don't want. And it gets rid of everything on top of it. Makes sense, right? What was the next thing I wanted to talk about? What was I going to get at? Hi, Mad God. Welcome. A funny food post. We'll fix it in post. Shading. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. Thank you. I feel like this color... Hold on, wait a minute. Before we move on. That color isn't saturated enough. I just need like a touch more. Nah. Maybe. Just a bit. A tad. A touch. Okay, we were on shading. Yes, I was going to say... Let's unclip this layer, right? Something that I like... I know that there's a better way to do this, but I just finagle with it manually. I make a new layer for the shading, and then I clip that on top of this layer, right? Then let's take multiply, for example. You could pick a base color. You could manually pick, right? If you're going to pick shade, you can go cooler typically, but I'm picking a warmer shade. You could manually pick your color and then put it in like that. Oh, because the bottom layer is clipped to this layer, we don't have to worry about it going on the skin layer. We can have our fun and just go like this and like this and like this, and it's shaded. You could do that method of picking color, or you could just pick multiply. And this is what I mean by like adjusting it for both. This is a bad multiply color that I picked, but you could just shade the whole jump. Like you could shade the whole thing. What if I wanted shade on everything but just like one part of it? Wow. Now there's light coming from this side. And it's shaded on both of them. I could probably pick another color. Control U is hue saturation luminosity. And I can change the hue of whatever color multiply layer I put down. That's nice to mess around with. Something that I haven't messed around with that I should. Taking this multiply layer, alpha locking, and then fucking with the color even more on the inside. Something that I've dabbled with skin. You go to orange, you make your Terminator line at the edge of your shade, and this makes your skin more warm. You know? You're so ass, man. It's probably better to do it on the skin, so I'll do it on the skin later. But having that sort of like, what do you call this? It's not necessarily ambient occlusion. My driver stopped working. I'm going to cry. Wake up! Wake up! Excuse me. Excuse me. Pen is working now, huzzah. But my line... My Eclipse Studio needs to be restarted. Anywho, I should probably just do it the way I would, right? And not make hypothetical shading. The way I would. Yes. I probably want to use my brush to shade, because I like it. Oops, wrong layer. Oops. Am I goop? This is the color layer. This is the multiply layer. Oh, it's alpha locked. So true. There you go. Eh? What am I doing? Oh, it's on multiply. True, true, true. That's why the color's wrong. A little subtle thing that I like doing is making I would make the shading for this color, you know, like an orange-ish. Like that. Because, you know, that makes sense for something that is like that. I like to make it a bit pink because I would like to express the nuance of there's also strawberry in this color scheme, but it's just hidden. Oh, shading time. Where do I want the light to come from is the first consideration. Probably top down would be appealing. What would be the most appealing thing to show off, right? Ooh, you know what would be fun? We should do spotlight shading. I like Rella's work, and it's very strong lighting. Let's look up some references, shall we? Do you know how the color wheel maps lighter or darker versions of the same color? Do you mean like the square as opposed to the triangle? Or how it's darker as you go down, but also as you get more saturated? Aray, aray, aray. O, kumusta? Tatagalog ng Tagalog. How are you? Rella spotlight art. I saw this in TPPO's video. Fuck it, we're putting on the YouTube. Fuck it, we're like in the stream, man. We're like in. Holy shit, I need to stretch. Oh. Ugh. I got pins and needles from moving my arm. That's not good. Wait. I think I saw a tweet of an artist saying that artists now draw ring lights as highlights because they use OnlyFans as a reference pictures. Oh no. I'm sure that they understand that like the ring light comes from somewhere, but that's interesting that a lot of reference pictures have ring lights because OnlyFans. But yeah, like on the butt, there's a lot of ring lighting on butts. I think up and down in the square might be lighter or darker in the SHV model. Hue? No, saturation. Wait, no, I'm right. Hue. Saturation. No, think about it. This is value. You can't see that. This is value. This is hue and saturation. I'm not gonna lie to you. The hue shifts from... No, this is saturation. Anyway. Huge saturation values. Real and true. I'll open up YouTube. You'll just see my raw YouTube. I don't give a gaff, man. Y'all already know what the fuck going on. I feel like at a certain point, you can't hide, like, a lot of your... I mean, if you're good at hiding your life, yeah. But... whatever. TPPO Rella.
Rella?
Yes. He was the ring. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say that too. I forgot to consider the outside of what we're looking at. But you know, you could consider these colors like on the edge they are saturated colors. I think if you switch to the triangle, it's maybe easier to comprehend. This is value. This area is much more saturated, right? This is desaturated colors. These are saturated colors. I don't know. I'm a squarehead because that's maybe not good to say. Hold on. A stupid or inept person. 1. 2. A person of German, Dutch, or Scandinavian, especially Swedish origin. So anyway, yeah, I'm a squarehead. I don't know how to use... Well, I could use a triangle, but I don't want to. You better round out your vocabulary. What? I'm showing YouTube. We're gonna go on YouTube. We're going to go on YouTube. YouTube. Go watch YouTube. Oh, it's huge. YouTube. Let's put it down here. YouTube. We're going to study. Sit down. We're going to study. And specifically, we're going to do Spotlight. I think that would be an interesting, like, comp. Or, you know, specifically this one is what I was thinking of. And we would have a circle in our composition, which isn't anything, but there would be a circle. That's cool. I got called daddy by the cashier at the store today and I don't know how to feel. I don't think she's allowed to do that. Why would she do that? Wait! Oh no. Technically, you said you had Germanic descent, right? Yeah, that's what's funny, isn't it? Eh. But that's weird. I hope you weren't too uncomfortable. Oh my god. Oh, it's because I'm streaming, that's why. It can't be that hard to render
Now,
the video.
The majority of the character is engulfed in lights. To do this, I started with the same steps: background and base color. The background here was supposed to be a wall, so I added a cast shadow to show just that. Next, I added soft shadows to show the form of the character. For lighting, I decided to go with an intense circular...
Oh, something that is kind of important is that you still need form shadows, right? Like, I'm not just going to do the big... Like, the spotlight is the source of light, but even if you take away the light, you still have form in your shape, right? Let me show. What's this? Oh, tail. Like, for instance, we're still going to have... Well, okay, let me see where I want my shapes, man. I also don't think I like this for... I've never used this for rendering. I think what I do use is the gouache brush. I like the gouache brush for backgrounds too. Let's get freaky, man. Let's get our shadow in our sub palette, and then our shade in our... Nope, and our lighting in the other one. Light, shade. I could make them stronger. I'll push myself. Moves it like an inch. You know what? Yeah, what if it was that dark? I mean, can we change it? Yes. It's probably not smart to put the shadow and the light on the same layer though, so I'm gonna make another one. This is light, this is shadow. I did want to be able to see the bottom of this form, right? So we'll have like that part in. We can refine it later or as we go, whatever. I think that this part should be a little like thinner because it's more bulbous. It's dripping down. You get the gist, right? Or we could refine it a bit more. I like the gouache. You could zoom in. Don't be afraid. You don't have to strain your eyes. You could zoom in, especially if you're working with. I don't like this color. Insane streamer. You, you. Yeah, I think this like shape being like that, sorta, kinda, is what I would like. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, we'll see. It was awkward. Oh, can I ask like what you were buying or like was it a short interaction where it was just like here's your change, wink, or was it like you had to sit there after she said that because it was like a service or something, like working on your car? Though that's not hard. Oh, in the U.S., as a big chunk of the population does. Oh wait, yeah, that's true. A lot of the immigrants were Germanic or Polish or Italian. You'll find a lot of Italians in New York. Alright. Oh, nice 3-stream watch streak. Well, that's huge, actually. I think 3 is my maximum. Hue, color, saturation, 0. Gray, 50. Somewhat saturated, 100. Full color value. Lightness of the color, 0. No lightness, 100. Very light. Yup, yup, yup. The square is HSV. What's the alternative again? Hue saturation value and hue lightness. Nope. Probably hue. Ooh. S. I use HSV. Was she hot? Was it okay? That's the more important thing. Was your interaction okay? I think I put these lines here because I wanted shading here. So let's try and follow God's intention. Something fun you can do is have your like cell shaded color and make it smooth. This makes the shape look like it's blent in, you know? It's blent with the rest of the colors, man. Man, like it's something revolutionary, no. But rather, this gives off that this is like a. How would you say? How you say? This gives off that it's like a shape like that, which is cool. But this gives off a sort of it's melded in with whatever this part is, and it's a little bit more ambiguous. And you can get stylish with your what do you call it? Marksmanship. It's very fun too. Now, here's the thing. You do need your form shading, but am I correct? Yes, I'm still right, I think. You need your form shading because even though there will be a strong light, like shining directly on this, like if it was a front facing light, it would still have form. No? Like it would still be a round shape here. If I shone a light directly on it. I don't know actually. I think I'm wrong. If I were to shine a light directly front facing, what would happen is that why is there no color at all coming out? What is this layer? Oh, it's just like really the same shade. Oh, Saisa. Eh, no. If I shone a strong light, what would happen is that you would be able to see the shade here. No, like that. But I'm not sure. I kind of am not thinking too hard, but I still would like a form shadow. But what if I didn't have it? This is the boon of multiply layer, or having it in a different layer. Because if it doesn't look good, and if I don't like it, I could just get rid of it later. So I'm gonna put it there for now, just for the love of the game. Oh, I realize there's no background music, but it's alright. You don't like the stock music that's in my head? What do you mean? Me 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 me. I kinda don't like that, and that looks like dog shit. Let's not think about it for now. Oh, but it looks so bare if I don't think about it for now. Let's put something there, but it could be fixed later. Don't rely on cheap tricks like BGM. You should fill the air with pure soul. If you're a real streamer, you have no BGM. You fill every second of dead air. The last pod seems to have been muted every few minutes, a short time. Yep. As expected, really. I am not surprised to hear that. It's fine if there is no background music. I'm gonna put the video on in a little bit anyway. Some streamers don't have background music while they do art, and it's really chill. Let's think about this really. Well, I want to do this part. Oh, that startled me. Wow. Hi, Hallowed. 10 noises BGM. True. It's just kind of like being in my room. Maybe I'll try it for like a couple. We're currently just drawing. I definitely need the bottom to be defined, right? I want this like separation. Because this part is like, you know, coming out. It's folding over almost. Oh, brother. I should use my thing that lets me have an easier time with buttons, shouldn't I? Anywho. I'm putting down the form shot. I think there was a there's a Japanese rule called the 1, 2, 3 rule, and it's like, the first shadow is the form shadow, the second shadow is the cast shadow, and the third shadow is like whatever effect shadow you have, like in this case, the spotlight. I think. Don't get me wrong. No, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I forgot what the 1, 2, 3 actually was. But I just know that one of them is form. Um, now, if I had a rectangle or like a ribbon or something. Mm, I think I like a rougher brush because at the moment it's kind of like, it's very like, not ambiguous. What's the word? But I kind of care less about being meticulous about it, you know? No, whatever. We'll figure it out like that. Just kind of putting lines down, and then if it works, it works. Yeah, no. Let's say we'll finish this like shading part, and then let's try and already jump forward to the guess who has no workflow, but I want to do the big shading. I want to like play, you know? I want to mess around with the like the video that we're looking at. Are those boobs? Oh my god. A girl in chat? They are. ADHD help body doubling with tan. Mm. I'm sure that a lot of people would find genuinely, yes. I would find that helpful. Mm. But only on some days. There are some days where it's like, man, I can't get started. I want someone to like be there. I want like something in the background. I want so and so. Uh, but there are some days where it's just like, yeah, I'm locked in. Turn on the thing. No music, no nothing. Get it. Blink. Ooh, I like it. I like this gouache brush a lot because it has like a lot of like baked in texture, and that works for ice cream, you know? So I think it's correct for me to use this brush. Mm, yeah. Something stylish that I notice is like these lines are pointing towards the face, kind of, sort of, and that helps. It helps draw the viewer. Art derail, help derail. We'll figure it out in post, but this is post Pagliacci. If you're post Pagliacci and I'm post Pagliacci, who's the clown here? Yeah, it's good. Okay. Oh, this is what I meant by like I'm gonna just manually pick the color and not use a multiply layer. Maybe not too saturated. Make it a little less saturated. That looks ugly though. It needs a bit of saturation. I ain't gonna lie. Wait. Baked in ice cream? That sounds delicious. Uh, my throat kind of hurts already. I'm sad. Meh. I do want to keep talking though. I mean, that's not going to stop me, all in all. But let me focus a hot second. Promise. So there'll be something entertaining, I'm sure. No, we're just working. I think admittedly. Wait, this needs form. This needs to be defined, doesn't it? It's like a round sphere, so it should be. But we'll get rid of this part. Because it's kinda. It's kinda. Yoop. You know? Like here, and then it goes out. And then this part is also like on the same plane. But hypothetically, if these are like rounded shapes, they do have roundness to their bottom of the shape too, you know? Wee 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 Bunk, 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 bunk. Ow! It's fine. You're telling me an ice cream made this cake? Yup. Why do you think ice cream cake is so popular? Okay, let's now clip. This is where my method runs into a bit of a hitch. Because now that all these this is what I mean by like I'm brute forcing this part, and I'm sure there's a better way. Maybe like with a folder or something, but these two layers are clipped to this layer. But once I clip this layer to the bottom layer, they all become clipped to the bottom layer. And that this shading, right, is clipped to the gray, not to this anymore. And so there's a solution for sure. I just don't know what it is. Lol. What would be the solution? Perhaps if I. What if I. If I copy what's on this layer? No, I don't know. Lol. What I can do is just delete it. And that's what I default to doing in cases like this. Because it's not that hard to do. Oh, I forgot my light. I got so hung up on the shading. Lights, or in this case, I could think of it as like topography, right? Technically, our light will be like real strong. But still, like every cube has a side that faces upwards. Um, this part definitely needs to be blended out because it's super ambiguous. And that part too, honestly, it's not bad. What if I don't blend it out? And what if I just, make them the same-ish plane? It makes it feel weird. I don't know. It makes it feel flat. So I might just leave it like that, just for style. Senno. You, you, you. Hmm. There are other tubers like that, you know? Neapolitan tuber or ice cream tubers like that. uh, I could vary the amount of light. I feel like they are all very the same color. Um, but I think that's fine. I mean, what I can do is just like use the airbrush to make it like slightly faded out. Slightly less strong. Uh, not gonna lie. There's definitely a shadow here. Like, shaded because there's a big curl right there. Maybe. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry. uh, I just want to do one more, couple more. This part is like a, top plane type of deal. That's like way too light though. I can do this. Yoop, 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 yoop. What if I just use this brush here? That gives it a bit of like smoothness that's only present over here. So let's make it a bit stronger over here. Just so that it's like not only this part that's airbrushed, but this part too. You know what? Put it in the center. That's what we need. Just put the airbrush in the center. Bang. Good enough, right? So hypothetically, do all your lighting and shading for every part of the piece. Bing, 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 bing. I want to do the special lighting now, because I'm excited. Yeah, I think that's pretty good, isn't it? He looks in a style. Now, this is our big ol' folder with all the colors. It... Let's review the process.
The spotlight. Started with the same steps. Background and base color. The background here was supposed to be a wall, so
We do need a background. Let's just have like a straight up... Fuck it, put a wall. Who says I can't have a wall of nothing too, you know? I probably want to... I probably want to fill the background. What color is Tama? She's like reddish, right? We can have a gray red. Is there anything on this layer? No. Let's fill in the gray. Is this too dark? Maybe. But I feel like it should be dark. Dark room. We could have some nuance by doing... That's too red, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too opposed so far. Do I want to see the ground? No. Because our ground would be like down here, I think. Unless the wall was really far away. But I think it's fine just as is. We're going to put that slime in a void.
So I added a cast shadow to show just that. Next, I added soft shadows to show the form of the character. For lighting, I decided to go with an...
Right. The outside of the character. If you were drawing a circle, you wouldn't just like, you know... I could elaborate. The airbrushing of the form. My driver stopped working. Maybe I need to buy a new tablet. This is so sad. But I don't need to, because I can just keep doing this forever until it actually breaks. Beep, 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 beep. Restart the driver. Turn off the device. Turn on the device. Save the canvas. Close the material. Open the material. And is a factory of random adorable noises. Beep, 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 beep. You like my stock? What do you call that? Stock noise? Stock foot? No. What do you call stock BGM? There's a proper term for that. For instance, if you're going to draw a sphere, right? This is basically what we're just doing. But you have your shadow for it. You have your light for it. But you get that drawn in a area. Put that sphere in a situation, right? You kind of want to... Oops, not that pen. You want to define it, right? Give it like 3D form. Oops. Beep, 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 beep. Is that maybe a darker shade so that you can see it? What color is this that's so light that I can't see it against this part? Oops. Oh, nuts. But that's the idea, right? Every form has like a form to it. Because if it was just like this, yeah, it's 3D, but it could be more. It could be it's flat without the form shading a la airbrushed sides. So that's what that's a shitty explanation, but that's what's going on in the video surrounding the form with an airbrusher. So
Intense circular spotlight. I did this by painting a circular light on top of the character and the background. This lighting scenario is often used to create a dramatic mood and tone, which is perfect for the more mysterious vibe that I'm going for. My light source is coming from around here, so I'm adding shadows around the top part of the character. Sharpness or the softness of shadow depends on the distance and angle of the light. Shadows closer to the light will have crisper edges, while those further away will appear softer. At this point, I had the look and feel of the image down, so it's time to add the details. I noticed in Rella's work that areas in strong light
it's
often
fucking
have fewer
gorgeous,
details.
Rella's
This
work.
was because the intense lighting eliminates the shadows, resulting in an overblown effect. So I made sure not to add too much details to the areas closer to the light source. Once all that was done, I added Rella's iconic dust particles. Then I used Gaussian blur and grain to emulate the effect of camera in low lighting. And finally, chromatic
That's a good
aberration
point.
to wrap things up. I'll be honest, I have no idea.
That's a good point. That's true. That's true. That's true. Okay, let's try and figure it out for ourselves. This is our color layer. We can clip a something to our color layer, but we also need that one in the background, so let's have another one. Ooh, you can see the line up here. There's like this line right there. Weird. Shut up, Neapolitan. Also 45 minutes. Really? Damn. Orb. I guess it was fruitful. I didn't listen to any music, but it's a different vibe. Dun, 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 dun. Our spotlight. Let's just use a circle and blend the edges out, right? We can do that a multitude of ways, but I have something in mind. I kind of do take that like purplish that's going on. Circle. We can, in Clip Studio, you can go to, I think it's filter, blur. Ooh, there's a lot of different blurs actually. Gaussian blur is probably the most popular, but we can Gaussian blur it. And like he said, it depends on how close or far the light is. I think I want it to be relatively strong, but you know, not a straight up circle. So like this is good. I could further blend it, honestly. No, I think I do want to. Gotchin blur. I want it like blent, but also I like that sort of like weird outer color that it's got going on. It's purple. You can draw a circle in many different ways. This is probably not good. Oops. But there's nothing wrong with manually drawing a circle. The only wrong thing is that you probably know that I fucked up that side, but hey, That side's not that visible now, is it? I could also just put that color in like that. Well, here you go. It's becoming a little pretty, isn't it? Now we can go back up to our layer that's overall the color. I think I don't know how to. I don't know what'll happen when I like just put the color. Let's do this, right? Let's fill the layer. Uh let's finagle with it. It's finagling time. Oh my god, she said the thing. I think interestingly, we'll have a different sort of scenario since our light does not encompass the whole character. What if I put it on up here, right? Mm, and what if I put on like light? Soft light. This is soft light. This is hard light. Which kinda could be something. There's also screen. There's add glow. Add glow is one of the lights of all time. There's also add. Add glow is just kind of like my goat, personally. I think that if I were shining a light on this character, wouldn't it seep out more? Like this, oops, this whole, would this whole plane be lit? It would probably like go more, right? Like have a radius of more to it. But then again, no, no, no. Then again, what am I thinking? I think it would be like, let me think about the situation. By that I mean, let me put it down and see what happens. Mm, this is lit by that. It kind of blends out here because this is a soft shape. Yeah, you see what I'm like getting at, right? Like up until a certain point, it's hit by the light, I think. If you were hit by a spotlight, would you only be hit by the circle? I don't think I know. I don't think I know what happens when you're at the edge of a spotlight. It would probably be good to have like a flashlight on hand or like a look up a spotlight reference even. Imagine if you looked up references. I probably should. But there's a sort of like romance to just like messing with it and seeing what looks good for yourself too, right? But obviously, if you want it to work fast and work accurately, you just look up a reference. But I like seeing what I'm doing and how I'm manipulating the form with the light. I think light is the most fun part of it all. Uh, yeah. Oops, that's not it. Ooh, I wonder how the light would be affected with a transparent tail. Don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Mm, this hat would probably like have strong light and then fade out as like the small part of the cap goes away. You know? You know? Ugh. Oh man, I forgot to do the laundry. Scheisse. Mm, the thing is, it kind of would be Baller Nation. I think it is Baller Nation. But I don't know what happens at the edge of a spotlight. It's probably wrong, but it feels right. Doing it like this, having the whole form be lit up, but it's not right. We'll figure it out. I'll look up spotlight reference right now. Um, you probably will see my blouse. Spotlight image. What do I look up? Something lit by spotlight. If it's angled, it would shift the circle. Oh, hi, Da Vinci. If the light was straight on, the circle would be same size, right? I think so. I'm looking it up now because I've never seen a spotlight in my life. That's not true. Person in spotlight, but I think you're right. That it's just the circle is directly the same. There's some like reflected light. There's some reflected light. Person in spotlight reference. Front spotlight. And yeah, you're right. It is affected by the angle because if it's like up. There's no background music. Oh, oh, we can't forget the back too. Okay, you're so true and so real though. Mm, what I can do then is just like get rid of a bit. Destroy the radius. Nyum. But there's a certain. Okay, we'll get rid of the one back there because it's not really serving us well. Sharpen this a touch. There would also. I don't think that it would reach all the way back in there. I think it would be covered by the other arm. And also, it makes for more contrast over there. Mm, I like the hair part, honestly. I do want to keep it. And that's just like stylistic choice. Because you're right that it would only reach like up until here. And maybe that's for the best. Maybe. But I do like that more of the attention is up there. Ooh, maybe just a bit. Just get rid of like a little. We'll see. We'll mess with it. Meow. Probably easier to see if it's a lot brighter. It's kind of fun and it's kind of cool to mess with light. I think that really depends on the type of spotlight, and you will get indirect reflection too, and specular highlights on the skin probably. Oh yeah, for sure. That's like even more of the fun part. Um, getting the little nuances and stuff, like I mentioned, the tail part. Figuring out how it would be lit transparent. It would like the light would be reflected on all the inside, so this part would be brighter in total. No. Um, how did I do that? Look at that light part. Why did I mess that up? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Oh, I guess it wasn't that bad. Oh, thank you though. Did I say thanks? I appreciate it. I want it to be like slightly curved. Like I want, yeah, kind of like that. I wanted to kind of follow the arm a little bit. But I got some stuff in there again. Well, not that it wouldn't be in there, but I feel like since it's so tucked away, the light wouldn't reach all the way back there. But it would reach this part. So I do need to like, yeah. What I can do is not erase it all. Airbrush that like away carefully. Maybe just get rid of it all and then like gently like no, 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 no. Figure it out. Figure it out later. Pass it on to the next. Double it. Pass it on to the next person. Oops. Maybe I consider that some of that nuance you're talking about. It would hit the nose like that because of course it would. Uh, the proper brightness it would be at. I don't know. I don't know what level of light I should have actually. Probably around this. That part is also way too bright. Mm, yay! And you can have your cinematic dust. Cinematic dust? Put that John on a add glow layer, it'll save you. Um Particle size. Big? No. I'm probably particle size 16. No. Particle size 7. Maybe. Particle size 8? To capture the dust flying in the air? What if I made it really small? Then a lot of small ones come out. Oh, I know why. Because it's clipped to this layer. If we unclip it, there you go. Now they appear. I don't want too much. What if I just like tap a little? Tap a little. But like I want some over here too. I got rid of all of them. Tap, tap. Cinematic dust? Cinematic dust? I think that's nice. More dust? This room's really dusty? This room's really dusty? This room's really dusty. I think a fair amount is okay. Hi, Nick. Welcome. Oh my gosh, she's drawing pee. Hello. Hi, Ribs. I'm messing with light. I love light. And I got excited. I did like one render part. I did the hair and I was like, okay, we can move on to the light now. But you get the gist of it. Just render the rest and then the owl is done. Oh, there are a lot of brushes that I want to mess around with. There's like this one that I want to do like a funky, like cool, digitally glitchy art with. Or otherwise, you know. Good lord, she's dripping. I need to do it more. I need to fix my animation still. I told you I would get to that, but I'm time. I didn't put the time. I'll try it. I'll try it. More drip. Congratulations. You've watched 3 streams. That's huge. They would reward you for this. Wait, it needs lighting. It needs shading, rather. It needs the back shade. We'll lock in. We can do that really easily. I'll try and add another one, but I don't know how I would make this work consistently. If I add an expression, whoops. If I add an expression, I set the hotkey animation to play animation. I set the animation to, let's say V3, whatever that means. Let's have the key combination be, I don't know, what key's free right now? 0. Okay. And if I hit 0, that happens. Yay! But it's like a little broken. Admittedly, I see it like do a weird thing sometimes where it goes back. It went down. Oh, I forgot to put rotation deformers on my animation! Good heavens! I forgot to make it so that if I rotate, there's something that'll adjust it so that it falls straight down. Press the button again. Me? It's falling like diagonal. But I can make it fall straight down regardless of what orientation my head is in. But you see, that's why I put it off, because it's like a little bit to fix. And I don't put the time aside. Umbra and Antumbra shadows. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So the diffused part is called the penumbra. The antumbra is the region from which the occluding body appears entirely within the disk of the light source. I don't really know what that means. The umbra A and penumbra B. The penumbra is like the whoosh, the diffuse part. What that mean? Antumbra? Antumbra. Anti before umbra. The region which they include. Why don't I just look up Antumbra, and then it'll show me like an image of what it is, like specifically. Oh, it's the part like look on Google. Look on Google right now. The Antumbra is like this third secret part of the shadow where the shadows intersect. I ain't got no Antumbra. Bruh? The Palumbo, and the Antumbo. I get it now. Core shadow. Penumbra is the part of the shadow lit by another light source. Yup. And Antumbra is the part without a shadow. Look at the Google image where it shows like the sun. I really don't know how to explain it. I don't understand the concept, but I can see the concept. Spotlights melting her. That's a good point. I should make more drips come off of this art so that we convey that it's hot. Spotlights are hot. But I got ahead of myself with the lighting. You want to see what it looks like without it? Um, dodong. Interestingly, the colors that we chose are dark already, huh? Which kind of works with what we decided to go for. I think what I'm missing is I didn't put the shadows in, and I didn't put the little purple part that I chose to enjoy in this one. So I'm going to alpha lock it and then put in the purple part just on the edges. A little bit. It's a barely there, but it's the nuance that counts. Oh wait. The legs too, right here, right here. Actually, what if I put it on the outside? Like on the edge of it anyway. It kind of like blurs it a little. I don't know. I kind of like don't want it like that because that's good. That's good. What if I increased my zone of being able to see? Ugh. How did 23? It's bugging me mentally because because it shouldn't matter. But it is bugging me that I did the other parts one way and then not the legs the same way. I'm gonna add the glow to the edge of the form, right? It's hmm, getting hung up on it, I think. I think I like it when it's strong, like really, really, really strong. Um, the problem is this part is shining like crazy. And there's nothing wrong with like dialing it down a touch. But then I'll be bothered because I know, oh, hmm, hmm, I guess it's fine. But not really. What I can do is probably select. I could change the base color. That would probably be easier for me to do. What if I? What if I messed with the? Whoa, whoa! That looks weird. That was cool. I'm changing the brightness of the color of the hair. That's kind of sex, though. I'm not gonna lie. That makes it look like metallic and cool. Sometimes you run into beautiful things. Let's bump the saturation up on that and keep it. Yeah, I like that it's like darkly shaded. The problem is the highlights are way too bright, so we'll bump that down too. Mm, this is how it looked regular. It's already a pretty bright part. I think what I do is have that light part the way I want it, the eye part. Maybe like this? And we just go in and like adjust the rest. Like, get rid of a little bit of that. Get rid of a little bit of this most bright part. Not too much though, because it's pretty cool. Get rid of this a little bit. But we're keeping just a touch. We're keeping that most bright part right here. Unless. It's kind of cool without it, but I think I do like it there. Maybe a touch less light. Unless it looks cool without it. It's kind of like sensual without that spot there. I'm not gonna lie. This part, less. This part, none. Yeah. I think we're cooking. Yes, 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 yes. Me on a hot day. I don't know. IJV, welcome. Trust the Binky. The Binky saved me. The Binky. I'm channeling the Binky. It looks stylish when it's strong. Is that what you're going for? Yeah. That's an important thing to consider or to keep in mind too. That what are you going for in your art? You need to keep that in mind. Do you want to say it's super blasted? Pew! Some art like really pushes it. Damn. That kind of is nice though, but that's like a bit much. How about like at half? I like the way the face looks when it's like super pew. I have to also look at this at the other monitor too. Me 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 me. But half is looking like kind of sex. I'm not gonna lie. Check every monitor. Yup, yup, yup. It's good. I'm turning tan into a white woman. No. No! My chocolate! No! Okay. I think now's a good time to like wrap it up. Like get my dinner, have a nice night. Same with you. Um yeah, we went over some form shading and some color and some like ways to color rather and some effect lighting. And I think that's pretty good. What else would I have to share other than like light and shadow and because after this, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do the transparent part. A swimsuit. Yeah, I mean nothing else too crazy. Looking at it as a whole, I should make this a wallpaper. Like this comp as is kind of goes nuts, doesn't it? Like cropped, it would probably be like that size. Yes, yes, I know, I'm ending. I think you should if you shift the light on the legs, it will show the angle of the spotlight. That's true. Maybe that's what was like bugging me about it. Cause like when I had the purple down here, it was like, oh, oh, because like this signifies that the character is in front of the light. The light hits the back of the wall. Um, damn. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool like this. What if Hold on, wait a minute. That's really neat. That's really cool. We gotta run it back. I gotta run it back different. This is the angle. This is the angle of the light. The light is coming from this direction. But what did I need to fix? I need to fix this part, I think. Hold on. Blast it. No, it's fine. Here, let me see what I can do. 안녕. 안녕. My It kind of slaps. It kind of does. This is the boon of just fucking with your art. You go, oh shit, wait, that kind of goes crazy. Oops. Add a little bit. No, because like if it was coming from down right, it wouldn't really hit that part too much, I don't think. Like a bit. Yeah. Yeah. That part of the circle's fine. Obviously, need to change a little bit up here. I like this part a lot. I don't know how. Okay, hold on. I need to get rid of that. This little part here. Ugh. Here's what we do. Don't be afraid to just get rid of it. Redo it. If it's like this, think about it. Well, where would our circle be? I kinda. Oh, I think I wanna just like not worry too hard about it. I think what I like about it is like the roughness of that edge that's coming out. But I don't need that like on this softer part. Well, probably because like blasted is why it's like affecting me. Um, if I had it at the light light blast level that I have it at, what the fuck do you call that? If I had the light at the intensity that I was intending to look at it there, I should just work with it like this. No. Have that gradient on the face. That is nice. Actually, what these shadows, the shadow turned into the light, didn't it? Didn't it? Like, these parts that I put down for shadow ended up being bounce light. I could probably do the bounce light properly, right? I should, but it looks good like that. But you shouldn't. No. Don't default to that. You should do things with intention. I am going to keep it though, because it's pretty baller. Even though it doesn't really make sense. It would make sense if it was purple, wouldn't it? Oops, not that purple. Because we have our purplish sorta edge part. What if I made it like... No, I'm kinda fucking it up. I guess if I wanted to, I could just put purple over it. I don't want to think about it anymore. This part. Wow. It's kind of nice without the light too. It looks cool. If I were to look at it from far away, obviously the more contrast makes it more appealing. If I have it at a lower brightness, you can see more of the detail, but it's a little less striking. I think a difficult, not really difficult, but an interesting dilemma that you face is stuff like this where it's like, oh, that's why, again, it's important to keep your goal in mind. Like, oh, do I want it to be more striking or do I want it to show off more detail? And I think for my intents and purposes, I think I do want it to be more striking. But I really do like the way that looks. I mean, we'll see. Whatever my mind decides on in the end, right? I'm kinda in the way, aren't I? Uh, it's weird because, like, sometimes in these cases, the in-between is kinda like fence sitting. Like, it doesn't hit either of what you want, despite it being in the middle. I mean, I guess if I were to look at it, like, for the first time, it is both striking and detailed. If I put in the maybe I leave it here? Well, no, this is at half. I'm ooped. I keep leaving it at 46 though and liking it, so maybe this is the one. That's how I make my decision. There you go. More contrast, more better. It's true. Mm, 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 mm. Ah. Mm. Yahoo! All done. Well, not all done, but done for today. I don't know if I'll continue like the rest on stream though, cause uh, not sure what else that is like pertinent other than adding the shadow in the back. Hold on. We can we can copy our base layer, right? This gray layer that we've put on the very bottom. We can just take that, put it under our spotlight. Oh, actually no. Put it under our character. Uh, move the layer. Oh gosh, there's a lot more than just the color, huh? But no, hold on. This is true. Let me think. That would be about right, right? No, maybe not. If it were coming from below, it would kind of be right here. No? And I feel like what happens with the shadow? Doesn't it get bigger? Nope. Well, we can put it in the right spot again. Maybe. Does the shadow expand? Am I Google it? We can make it like multiply or overlay. Oh no, not overlay. Ooh, multiply? Yeah, we can use multiply to see it a little better. Or, you know, evoke it better. What am I trying to say? I can't imagine how it looks, so if I make it look, you can just see it. Does that make sense? No. If I made this more saturated and blue, I can't see anything. I think I just made up straight up made it gray, which isn't a problem because, you know, we can just color in that layer. Take an airbrush. Alpha lock that yawn. Color it in like so, you know? Give our edge a little color or something. I would want it to be purple, because, you know, we're purpling it up. What I want to do? What do I want to do? I kinda... What if I selected my whole bottom layer? I put a new layer on top, hit outline selection. Do you see where I'm getting at? Outline it with the purple. And then what if I merge the two? And then what if I blend the two? What would happen? I would get my purple outline. Real, true. But it looks kind of dog. Probably because I had my multiply layer on. But what if I just made it transparent? What if I made the shadow transparent? It kind of loses the... Well, what color was it originally? It was like this gray. Isn't that the same thing? No, it's slightly lighter. It was like this color. Hmm. Now, would you see the shadow outside of the spotlight? Wouldn't it be so dark on the outside? Like, wouldn't you only see it up until that point? Or... Right? Am I crazy? Not looking up my references again? Wouldn't I not see... Uh-oh, maybe you do see it. Not sure. But it kind of looks good with nothing on the edge, you know? With the shadows properly blending into the back. Yay. Oh. Okay. Remember the umbra. I don't think there's any umbra in this. The pen umbra. Okay. It's good. I like skipping to the fun part. I obviously need to like blend out some of the edges more, right? There's a blend tool for that. There's a blend tool and a blur tool and all that. John. It probably would be blent very far. Like this shadow's probably far away from where it is. Actually, no. Actually, I'm not sure. I don't know which parts would be blended or not. What if I just blend all of it? How would it look? Let's find out. I like the legs not being blent though. They're kind of cool. But I mean, that's an approach as well. But I kind of like the hard edges in some spots. So I'm probably going to be selective about it. Like that, maybe. Just blend some things. I'm sure you've seen like the stylized kind of thing. Mm, I don't know. I feel like the chest is far away from the wall. But realistically, the tail would be far away from the wall. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out sometime. Thanks for joining me. That was a nice, short, and sweet 3 hours. I'm surprised it was 3 hours, honestly. Maybe it's because I had a coffee. Maybe I'm energetic at 10 p.m. because I drank 1 meter of coffee. 1 milliliter of coffee, rather. That's all. Let's raid 1 meter. Yes. I had 1 cup. Ta-da! Let's raid Grim. Yes. Thanks for watching. Surely more to be learned always. I don't know when I'll have another art stream. Probably when I need to work on a lot of stuff again. As usual. There's links to look at briefly. There's Discord. And that's that. That's it. That's all. Is there any more to say? Other than thanks for hanging out? It was good work. I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, this is truly art in 2026. Amazing. We've progressed a lot. I hope to progress even more with everyone. I think there's been a lot of good art lately. I'm very grateful. Not just in the Discord, but in the world. It's bye-bye time. Of course, you know what to do. It's Tan Raid with any emote you like. Let's hang out again on Tuesday. It's the middle of the month. That's crazy. Almost. Bye, Da Vinci. Bye, Baylith. Bye, Mantis. Thanks for hanging around. We'll raid into Grim. Grimpoa. Bake. Neko. Oops. You forgot to type in raid. Silly. Grim. Yippers, yippers, yippers. Have a good weekend. What else? Tuesday, Thursday, no problem. Right? I forget. I really forget. I don't know. If I remember, I'll put it in the Discord. Bye bye bye. Bye bye. 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 Bye.